The gonadal ridge, or urogenital ridge, is the precursor to the gonads. The gonadal ridge initially consists mainly of mesenchyme and cells of underlying mesonephric origin. These are bilateral, ridge-like protrusions that appear ventromedially to the mesonephric cord. These will respond to a tightly regulated process of gene expression for the development of either female or male gonads. During the fourth week, the primordial germ cells infiltrate into both gonadal ridges. But now let's get a closer look at what is happening at the genital ridges. We will do a cross-section to get at the bottom of the changes occurring. During the sixth week, primordial germ cells become surrounded by the chylemic epithelial cells that have proliferated. At this point, the ridges have a mixture of somatic and germ cells. Germinal cords are still connected with the surface of the chylemic epithelium. Male and female gonadal primordia cannot be distinguished. This condition is referred to as indifferent gonads. At around the 8th week, male embryos with normal sex-determining regions on the short arm of the Y chromosome coalesce to form the primordial testes. The sex cords lose contact with the cortical epithelium and develop the ret testes. The Sertoli cells provide support for spermatozoa development within the semi-inferius tubule. Sertoli cells direct testes morphogenesis, organize testes cord formation, establish testes vasculature, and induce differentiation of fetal Leydig cells. In order to differentiate, other genetic factors need to be present in high concentrations, specifically SOX9 and FGF9. Leydig cells produce the male testicular androgens and have a role during life prenatally, fetal, and postnatally during puberty onward. The Leydig cells of the developing testes begin to secrete testosterone. By the 16th week, the testicords are continuous with the ret testes and connect with the Wolffian duct through the efferent ducts remodeled from the mesonephric duct. Testosterone induces development of the mesonephric duct to form the epididymis, vas deferens, and seminal vesicles. During this stage of development, the testes moves from the genital ridge across the pelvis to lie at the internal inguinal ring. At the 8th week of ovary development, the surface epithelium continues to interact with the germ cells. Development occurs slowly in the areas of the gonadal ridges, and the female gonad, which is initially undifferentiated, develops into an identifiable ovary at about week 10. In the 20th week embryo, the ovary does not connect to the Wolffian duct, and new cortical sex cords surround the germ cells that have migrated into the genital ridge. The cortical cords begin to break up into isolated cell clusters called primordial follicles. These follicles consist of large cells with clear cytoplasm, the oogonia, which are derived from primordial germ cells, which migrate to this location with supporting nerve cells that form a single layer of flattened follicular cells. Here at the primary oocyte, the formed primordial germ cells undergo oogenesis. The surrounding epithelial cells differentiate into granulosa and thecal cells that surround the oocyte, forming primary follicles. Together, they secrete estrogen and other hormones. End.